Hey everybody, it's the Metal. Here's a video I've been wanting to make for like a week now, and I'm like finally getting around to making it, so here you go. I'm just doing this all in one recording. I don't think there's going to be any editing, so if I slip up, whatever, you're going to have to hear it. But this is a website that I was turned on to as a comic creator very, very recently, and I love it. It's actually from both a creator and a reader's perspective, this is probably the best comics website I've ever been on, and that is no exaggeration. I've had experience on both ends using things like webtoons, Tapastic. I think they just go by Tapas now. I've used Comic Fury. I have my own website. I've been on other people's websites for reading webcomics. Digital comics, people yell have like Gumroads and stuff like that, and then you just have to read a PDF. I've experienced everything. I've even worked along with Comixology. You know, I've got books up on there that people could read it. So I'm kind of familiar with digital websites and readers, my perspective, point of view. And I want to sell you on GlobalComix. I think this site is very neat. I think everybody should go on it who are interested in comics. The more people who get on the site, the better it gets from both a reader and a creator perspective. So first, I'm going to try to sell it to you as a reader and then as a creator. And I will tell you, I am not being paid to do this. Who would pay me? I have no views. This is just a site I really, really like, and I want more people on it to read my stuff, but also so I can read other people's stuff and make the place better. It seems to have a pretty good community. I've been in the Discord for like a day or two now, and they seem fine. I've lurked in the forums, interacted a little bit. Few other people that I know are already on the site. If you watch my other stuff that I'm in, Rick Piper of Cross Comics and the Canadian Shield, I got him on to it. So he's got some free stuff you can read already. Ideal Comics is on it, which I think is how I found out about the site in the first place, or through that group. So like Matt Reese and Forces of Good and Evil, things like that are on there. But there's some big people on there, like Heavy Metal Magazine, you know, like actual publishers, Top Cow, Valiant, a bunch of stuff. So I get into this. I'm going to sell it to you as a reader first. One of the biggest things about like any website is user interface. I complain about this a lot. Somebody who's involved in everything, obviously I'm doing video production right here. There's a lot of sites that as a creator I kind of like. I'll use an example like Rumble over video. From the creator end, great site. From the user end, it is a mess and a pain to use. And I mean, they're getting better, but that's just like an example. I want to say you need to have your user end be spectacular if you want to actually gain users on the site, because that's what you need. You need some creators, but you really need users reading things. And I think this site actually does it very well. It's a great user experience, and that's one of the things I like the most about it. So you see, this is the homepage. This is just, if you type in globalcomix.com with an X, it'll be in the title of this video and in the description. This is the first thing that you see. It's got this little like promo zone at the top. It's pretty cool. You can see like it just shows you a bunch of the stuff that are on the site. You can just keep scrolling. I think every site kind of needs a promo zone. It does have a premium membership thing like most sites do. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna assume it is. Right now you can try a month for like $2 instead of the normal $8. I don't know. Right now I don't even have anything for sale up on the site, but this is not just for putting up free comics. You can sell things here, as we'll get into. The first thing you'll see as a user, aside from the promos, is continue reading. So if you're logged in, if you're reading things, it'll show you stuff that you started reading. My case, finished, because obviously I'm going to pan through all of my stuff real quick to make sure that it all looks good. I don't think you get views for looking for your own stuff. I hope you don't, because I don't like to inflate my own views. I just like to make sure that things work very well. But then there's some other things that I've been reading. I literally have like 0% of this one read, but that's a cool thing. And so it'll show you how much you've read of the releases, right? So like this has 112 releases. I started looking at it just because I thought the art was neat. After like 3 pages, I'm like, this is a lot of words. Maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know. But then you see me like 100% read on my thing. 25% of my superpower sucks, but I'll make the most of it by Miss H. I've been enjoying that one so far. 100% read, 0% read. I've been trying to get into Tales of Bardic Fury, but again, 14 releases. Anything that's got like more than 5 releases, obviously it's hard to just jump into it. You have to like set the time aside for it, because you kind of want to binge it so you can get caught up, and then when a new release comes out, you can just read the new one and not have to worry about it. But they've got this continue where you left off. I think this is a great thing. It also has recommendations from people that you follow. Moist Critical's comic is on here now too. I think that's good. You want a bunch of variety of big to small people making things, suggestions. You know, everything you want from a homepage. You want stuff kind of catered to you. I actually don't know what the homepage looks like if you're logged out. I'm assuming it kind of like starts at this section where it recommends a publisher and new stuff. It probably skips all of this, all of these recommendations and for you things. But it's a good homepage, and when you type on your home, this is your actual homepage. It gives you a feed, shows you all the creators you follow on the side. Because I am a publisher, obviously if I want to post to other people, it's going to post as a publisher. It even keeps track of your reading history, notifications, gives you updates on the site, but you can see everything that people have been publishing just right there, almost like a Facebook feed. It's pretty convenient to just scroll through and keep up on stuff. Though, if you follow somebody, it's going to go directly to your notifications as well. I think that's pretty good. What is this? Conversations? Okay, nobody's up talked. But I mean, if you interact in the forums or stuff like that, you will get conversation messages. It's pretty good. You can find creators that you're interested in pretty easy too. They have like, let's see, there's heavy metal, Metabang, a variety of big publishers, independent people. Antarctic Press. I'm not following Antarctic Press. Okay, well, we'll change that. We've got all these different like markers that you could sort by. I would say genres, but not all these are genres. Themes, categories. That's the word I'm looking for. It's got all these categories that you could sort by. Yeah. So you can see you can sort it by audience, you can sort it by different themes, and they've got a lot of different themes. A huge chunk of them I'm not interested in, but you know, to each their own. You can just read what you like, what you don't. It's a good way to find creators. I think the download section, this usually will show, I think first you can see the stuff that you have available or download, but this basically just shows you everything that is available for download. So same checks, a little more options, obviously. Yeah, so I think the actual storefront of the site looks good. I'll even go to my publisher page. You can even see if you do like a publisher, you can come up, you can see their feed. It looks just like your home feed, but dedicated just to the streamline of the publisher. You can see stuff that they've put up. All my stuff that I currently have up is free, but if it was somebody else, actually, here, let's just jump to somebody who's selling things. Where's our buddies at Ideal Comics, right? You can see it shows you how many pages are free of something, and if it's for sale, it'll show you right there how much it costs to buy it. You can even comment on things. There's see, I commented on this one, which is I did the cover on this book, so I had to cheekily put nice cover. It's a good little, almost social interactive storefront. Right? This is a storefront, but it's a storefront that's built like a social media platform. And I'm gonna go back to my page because I know I have everything set up for interactive. Here, let's get into the reader experience and why I think you should use this. Let me find, I don't know, literally any of my books. Here's a fun one, right? So, I like this digital reader. One of my biggest problems I have with most sites is that their digital reader sucks. I hated Comixology, but I loved it at the same time. On the phone, their reader was fine. Still a little laggy, but fine. On the website, God, it was horrible. They do have an app for GlobalComix in beta right now, but it's only in beta for like publishers and stuff to get into, or beta testers. You can just read it on the phone, and the site works really well on the phone, all things considered. And they have like a mobile format for the site. It picks up that's on your phone, and all of these options are available there too. As a creator, you can change whether the background is like black or white or any color actually for when reading, but by default it's usually black. I have it set to white for this because of the interactive reader. So you can actually have options. One of the things I really like about this is, you should jump to the next page for this. You can just click to go between the things like a swipe. You can have it set for 2-page view, which I really, really like. A lot of places online, you can only read 1 page at a time if it's set up for webcomics, or maybe it's set up for like an infinite scroll or whatever. This one, where's the options are up here. You can full screen it too, but you can go in this. There's a little pop-up that happens. You can pick whether you want a single page, double page, vertical long strip, which is that infinite scroll method that you're used to on like Webtoon, Tapas, or whatever. So if you're in that format, you can come over here and you can continue doing the format that you were doing if you want a multi-post or whatever. You can change the image size to where it just auto picks, fit to height, fit to width, stuff like that. All these different options. And you can even enter the immersive reader, or as Comixology would call it, the interactive reader. I think they call it interactive when you're setting it up, but the immersive reader. And when you click the immersive reader, what it does is it takes you panel by panel. I have all my stuff set up, so if you click next, it takes you to the next panel. It's glitching a little bit, probably because I already had it set to something I'd probably have to refresh, but I can take to the panel, take you to the next one, and you can just read the whole story this way. That's also why the background's white here, because the borders, the gutters are white for this comic. And the immersive reader, I think, is actually just really, really good on the phone. Obviously, I don't really read immersively. Won't let me take it off. Okay, maybe now I can. Oh wait, that's not even the right one. I'm being an idiot. That's why. But yeah, I like it better like this when it comes to reading things that are built like a comic book. I like to build my stuff like a comic book. Let me get back. But you can set things up like whole comic books, which is I do that for most of X Dynamis Chaos. And you can read it like you're reading an actual comic book. That's why I think you should come to this site as a reader. It's got a lot of options. It should grow. We need more readers. And you can just read things like you're reading a comic book. This is my favorite way to read. I like coming to the site as a reader more than I do as a creator, but it's great for a creator too. If I haven't sold you on it as a creator yet, let me get into things. So, as a publisher creator, I think this is great. Where should I go for that? Okay, series management. So, I can go in here and I can see all my series. You see I even have some stuff that's unpublished, things that I started on, but Probably gonna have to scrap the work on that. Personal things, if you follow me, you know, I lost a lot of stuff. But the 4 that I have set up, right? You can go in here. You can control basically everything on the side. You can go and make it as interactive as you want. It's the same one I was flicking through before. You can upload your images, set the order, put everything in here. If you have an error on a page or whatever, you don't even have to necessarily upload a page and delete the last one. You can go into the image asset, you can upload and change things, and it just changes that page. The editor for your panels is very easy. You just get like you can add a frame. You can change the order of your frames. I think everybody who does make something should make it interactive. It actually did boost some of my views having interactive. I think people are more likely to click on it, probably because there's a lot of phone readers. But if you have like very weird paneling like I do, one of the odd things, let's see if I can find, here we go. Here's an example as it loads. I overlap my bubbles and stuff like that. And I had a problem with Comixology because you don't get to control how your panels are set up for their interactive reader. And you would see like bits of the next panel, sometimes spoilers because they don't bother to actually crop things out or whatever. But here, you could just add as many joints as you want to a panel and actually just only show what you want to show. That's panel 3, right? So it'll highlight and you see this is all the joints. This is all that shows for panel 3. I can jump down to panel 6 and you see how there's reverse overlap on 7. I like having that control as a creator to make sure that if people are reading it interactively, they're reading it the way I want them to read it interactively. And I gave notes to Comixology so many times and it almost seems like they just outright ignored the essay of notes I gave them for the interactive reader, and I hated that. It was so stupid. But yeah, a lot of controls on individual issues. You can even view the stats on releases or whatever. You can have advanced control for series. Obviously, this series is always free because it's a webcomic. But, you can put things in comic, graphic novel, manga form. You could show how the series should be read. My page layout is traditional print, but if you are doing like a webtoon type thing, you could have it to where by default it goes into infinite scroll. You can even have reading order. So if you're making a manga, you could do it from right to left, and it will actually, like, as you click, go from right to left as well. You can add contributors to a series. Obviously, I'm the writer and artist of this, so it's just me. But if you had multiple people, you could have like your cover artist and stuff on there too. And monetization is easy. Easy peasy. You could put a paywall that even expires. So if you just like, hey, for like the first 3 months, people have to pay for this. But afterwards, it'll be free. Almost like a Patreon type thing, right? Well, then boom, right there. Paywall. You can actually even go into releases and downloads and stuff, and you can set like individual pages and stuff like that. Like even up here, right? You can put like custom first X pages or first X panels or whatever are also already available. If you're crowdfunding, you could put like a sampler, like the 5 pages that you have up for the crowdfund on there. You can pick the service that you're doing. I'm gonna have to talk to the GoFundMyComic, since that's a new one, to talk to them and put it on here. But they've got all your services. You can put the campaign link, funding goal. It'll redirect right over there, display the banner and everything. And then after it's done, you can just go upload the rest of it and sell it. After you fulfill it. You shouldn't sell digital versions of your comic until everybody's fulfilled. But then like you could just continue selling the digital comic after, and you can have forums set up for your individual stories too, where people can go and discuss things, which is another reason why we need more readers here. If you're interested in reading something, if you really like a series and you want to discuss it with people, this would be a good place to do it. I like forums. They've kind of disappeared, but people should talk on forums. That's a great place to talk about things that interest you. Where was the other things? It was under page settings. Yeah. So, You can control the identity of your page, of a publisher, whatever you are. Put your social medias. You can have a short bio. They give you 400 characters. I just put the tagline from my website on there. But it gives you all this control, pricing for individual releases. You can get discount codes, coupons. You can bundle things together if you want to. This is your storefront. You can add team members if you want. If you are a team that's got multiple people, you can always throw them in. You can give them roles and things like that. But the most important thing is paying, right? So payout, obviously I have no problem showing you the payout page because I don't have any information in here to leak. I'm using PayPal as my payout, and it's just my normal PayPal email that anybody can usually donate to me. But you could use a bank or a card as well if you don't want to work with PayPal. I understand a lot of people why they wouldn't. You can actually take donations like a tip jar directly, so you don't, even if you're running like a webcomic for free, people can still support you through your donations. I don't have any licensing or anything set up, so whatever. But yeah, like you have a lot of control here, and I like it. It's very indie friendly in a way that a lot of places weren't. The only place that I thought was pretty indie friendly that I liked was Comics Central, and even then, you were still just getting PDFs to people, and you can get PDFs here if you are selling something. They will generate a PDF for you based on your uploads, and that is what will sell to people. So they can download it. You don't have to worry about DRM, but oh, they also give you analytics. Obviously, everything gives you analytics. Nobody's reading on my stuff. I'm not really promoting it yet. I am now. You should go on here and read it. But engagement seems to be pretty good, though, for what it is. Like, I've been looking at other people's stats, and the people who are actively promoting and stuff like that are getting really good engagement for how small the platform is. I think it needs to grow. Getting back to my thing. But yeah, you see, like, here's a donate now. You can get downloads directly from people. It's a really, really good site. And I think you should give it a try. At least go on there, give it a try, read some things, check out my stuff. It's, X Dynamis Chaos. But it's a great site, and I don't want to see it die. Sites like this, they need users. They need users to keep running. Anyway, this was like just a really long tangent video that's going to go upload on my channel. I don't know how many people are going to see it. I only have like 100 subscribers. But I like this site. I think it's really good. And I could gush more about it. But I'm not going to. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.